Ladies and gents, according to the weather forecast, got about 4 hours of partly blue sky. So it's been raining for weeks and weeks and weeks, several months in fact, every day, almost without fail, a bit of rain. So I've nipped out and I thought I'll get a bit of archery practice in. I've had a bow ever since I was a kid. I've never taken it seriously. I've never joined clubs or anything like that. Never been interested in competitions, but I've always been interested in bows, in the history of them. I think it's amazing to think that such a primitive weapon, invented thousands of years ago, is still in use today for all sorts of things. I like to keep my eye in, and I'm going to take the opportunity to loose off a few arrows and hone my skills. I like to think I'm reasonably good shot with a bow. These days I'm interested in bows and arrows, crossbows, things like that, from a prepper and survivalist point of view. I'll point out for anyone abroad who might be looking at this, I'm in Britain, and Britain's one of the few countries in the world that disallows hunting with bows and crossbows of any wild animals. Some people might think that's good, some people might think that's bad. It's a personal point really, that. But if you were a prepper and you're preparing for some, oh shit, it's a fan scenario, then a bow, which most people regard as a weapon. Preppers and survivalists never have weapons, they have tools. It's quite a useful tool. It's in a real shit is the fan scenario, of course, there'd be no law and order, so rules and regulations, laws that wouldn't apply. And of course in this societal breakdown, guns are okay till you run out of bullets, and you can have as many guns and bullets as you want. If there's 10 people or 50 people with guns coming at you, you're not going to survive anything. So that's more about keeping a low profile and not interacting with people until society starts to get itself back on its feet, which could be anything from a month to a year. Most studies seem to suggest that. So I'll just keep my eye in, and as I say, I don't do competitions and that, so I don't bother with things like archery targets with concentric rings, different colours, the gold in the middle. That's okay for competitions and counting up scores, you know, each ring having a certain value. All I'm interested in is putting my arrows in a target about the size of my chest, which is about a similar size to the average deer, for instance. And if that sort of scenario ever arose and you had to point an arrow at someone and loose it off at a person, as long as you hit this part of the torso, it's going to bring them down. Target arrows, of course, have points on them. Hunting arrows have broadheads of different designs, which slice through bone and flesh and fur. And that's a different thing altogether. It's a different story altogether, that one. So I make my own targets. I just use boxes rammed full of cardboard, compressed cardboard. Makes a nice solid target for trapping the arrows. That said, the bow I'm going to use, this is my bow. I've got several bows, but this is my one. I just keep it simple. You can see it's marked out for things like stabilizers and sights and all this business. I don't bother with all that. I'm just using pure eyesight. Now this has got a 55-pound draw. That means if I put 55-pound weight on there, it would pull it down, and I've got different size arrows today, but the bulk of my arrows are 31 inches, and this will draw 55 pounds, and there'll be about 2 inches of arrow, so 29 inch arrow, and that's how you do the draw weight. These little things just to keep the silence down. They make a big difference when you loose off the arrow, less of a twang on the bow, and I'm using that today. Nice selection, different sized arrows, and this is my target. Looks dead crude and simple, and that's exactly what it is, crude and simple. That's a cardboard box jammed full of more cardboard, and that's about the size of target I like to practice on. You see, it's roughly chest size on me. I'm reasonably broad, and I've got 6 feet of height in my body, so you can get an idea of that. As long as you can hit that consistently, that's okay. Obviously you're aiming for the centre point all the time, but for me anything there is acceptable. Got me arm guard there, and we're having a heavy bow like that, 55 pounds, you need finger protectors to draw the bow back. So I'll just set this target up and we'll loose off a few arrows. Quite cold when I got here. Been poking about now for about an hour, messing about, and it's quite warm now. So the old fleece had to come off. Temperature's up and down at the moment. Really strange weather in the UK. It's yeah, a little bit of practice there. Used off about 100 arrows in total, and quite happy. I don't know, probably 85% success rate on the target. I bizarrely missed a few. Either just under or just over the target. So not bad. Plenty of room for improvement. It's so I don't get as much practice in as I wish I could. At the time I'd practice every day. Maybe I'd be somewhere up in like the 95% bracket then or more. But that's me done. Dinner time now. A bit peckish. As I've taken to saying lately, if in that way inclined, feel free to like. Leave some comments if you want. And so if you're really ambitious, why not subscribe? It'd be appreciated. So I'll get the old crossbow out soon as well. That needs honing. So I've not used that for a while. So keep a lookout for that one. In the meantime, have fun. See ya.